So I want to talk a little bit about the tasting portion of the course. We do taste wines and you get a wine kit with the level 2 course, but for the exam, there is a no tasting portion. The exam is all multiple choice. I want to hear from you all about how the tasting portion helped you commit the material to memory, or how did it help you at all with the overall study process? So, Kisa, I'll start with you.
Okay, so for the tasting portion, I mean, I'm still drinking, so I went out and made sure I bought these varietals. I had to look for them because some of them I had honestly never heard of, and I was like, I don't even know what this is, but it sounds amazing based on what I'm reading about it. So I would come downstairs and have about three different varietals and have my book because that's what it suggested, and then just make sure to taste and sip and make notes and get out my SAT tasting sheet to make sure I'm practicing that along with it and really keeping it immersing it into my brain as I'm tasting so I can remember, because that helps. Because back to like what Matt was saying about with your memory, that helps me. I have to like experience some things. So just the experience alone helped me with the tasting.
Awesome. What about you, Teresa?
The tasting I think helped learning like even just the different descriptions of like I need that wheel. I need to carry that wheel everywhere with me now. I've become a little dependent upon it. But the big thing for me was like the when we did like the umami and the lemon and the salt and how that changed it. I could remember like on the testing, it's like, okay, hold on, this one, all right, I remember sucking on that salt and it went to this way. And so it did help to remember the stuff because like Keisha was just saying, like the experience. For me, I'm also the same way where you have to experience it to remember it.
I love that. What about you, Will? How did tasting kind of help you with the material?
Uh, for me, I think the one that stood out the most was probably the Beaujolais and how the characteristics kind of popped once you actually tasted it. Aside from that, I think it just helped like just build the confidence of me as a taster. So like being in the class and having that environment where everyone's tasting and pulling out notes of the different wines that we're drinking, I think that just being able to say, okay, yeah, we're all kind of on the same path here. I'm feeling this. I can taste these notes too. So I think that it helped in that way, just building confidence and then getting me ready for level 3.
I love that. Looking ahead. That's great. We talked about our most challenging part of the course, but I'd love to hear what was maybe your favorite part of taking the class, and maybe what was your favorite subject to learn about. Matt, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I think actually my answer kind of piggybacks off of kind of the last conversation. I really enjoyed the tasting portion of it and having the webinar aspect of it, because we're all doing just like this video if you want to show your face, and we're all doing it at the same time. And like there, just so you guys know, like when you're typing in your descriptors, it doesn't say, "Hey, Matt thinks that this, tastes like this." What an idiot! Like it's like no, it's like everything is like anonymous and it's populated in the screen, and those that, hey, this is I taste oak or cherry, whatever, it gets bigger and bigger. So it's kind of like there is some affirmation and confirmation. It's like, okay, what I'm smelling everyone else's too, and that builds your confidence. So that was really cool. I wasn't entirely sure how that was going to work, but when I got my shipment of like sample bottles, I was like, oh, this is going to be like the coolest thing ever.